Hi, my name is Whitney Sullinger and I'm the creator of the blog Going Green on a Budget. So today I'm going to be discussing a few of my favorite environmentally friendly items that I've happened to just accumulate over the years and that I own. So the first one that I'm going to be talking about is actually my phone case, which is called a Pela phone case, spelled P-E-L-A, and this is actually the first phone case that I have found that is 100% compostable and made with zero plastic. So this phone actually says right here it's made out of plants. The phone cases themselves are made out of flaxseed. So in a couple years or whenever I wanted to dispose of the phone case, I could actually go ahead and compost it and it would not affect the environment negatively in any way. So the second thing I'm going to be talking about today is something called an ET wrap, which is E-T-E-E, which stands for everything touches everything else. And they look like this. So it's pretty much just this small piece of cotton fabric that is covered in beeswax. And the dye is completely non-toxic, safe for the environment as well as everything else used. So they come in a pack of 3, but the other 2 are actually in my fridge being used right now. And basically what it is an alternative to plastic wrap or saran wrap or plastic bags, which are usually single use. So the way that I really use mine is a lot of times if I have like a half-eaten bowl of soup or something like that, you pretty much put it over whatever you're using and stick it to itself like this. And then you pretty much use the warmth of your hands to kind of seal it, and then it really doesn't come off in the slightest. And the really cool thing about ET wraps is because they come in a pack of 3, they come in 3 different sizes, so it's pretty much like a sandwich size, a small stack size, and then a really big one. And they're all different colors, so they have a green, a blue, and a teal. And so the 3 colors actually do symbolize the earth, the air, and water, which is also really cool because that is pretty environmentally friendly. And they also happen to be very price friendly. So it's $18 for a pack of 3, which is pretty good compared to the fact that you might be buying numerous boxes of plastic bags of saran wrap a year. And they do last for about 120 to 150 uses, depending on how much you use them. So the third thing I'm going to be going over today is actually my ultimate straw. So it comes in this little tiny box right here, which has a hole so you can kind of have it on your keys like I do, so I can bring it with me everywhere I go. It is completely environmentally friendly and it's a to-go straw that is reusable. So if you know me, you know that I love using straws, but I hate single-use plastic straws because they're bad for the environment, save the turtles and all. So I bought this, which is $25, $35. They're now on sale for $25. But I found out Amazon has cheap replicas, but I like the brand and I like their idea because they did come with this first. But without further ado, it is basically a straw in a box, which also comes with this little squeegee right here. So you can clean your straw to go on the go wherever you are, whenever you want. So it is very handy, especially for people like me, which is basically a metal straw with a rubber interior that folds up perfectly. So the last item that I'm going to be going over today is the pot that my favorite plant is in. So this is a rubber tree if you were curious, but the pot is from a company based out of Southern California called Ecoforms. And what is really great about this pot is it is actually 100% compostable and biodegradable after a certain amount of years. So if you use this pot for an indoor plant like I have mine in, they last about 10 or more years. Or if you use it outside based on your wear and tear and the durability and what like where you live and seasons and everything, they do kind of break down a little bit sooner. But you can put them in your compost and they will completely break down because they are made out of, I believe it was rice grains and possibly flaxseed. So these also use no plastic, which is really good for the environment. And they're actually very cheap as well. If you are a plant person like me, I have many in here. If you've seen my foliage Fridays every Friday. But this is my favorite pot because I really do not like the fact that a lot of pots come in plastic planters and I'm not a huge fan of terracotta. So I would 10 out of 10 recommend getting a Ecoforms pot because of how sweet the people who run the company are and how great the whole idea is and the fact that they are very price friendly. So not a full last item, but the last thing I'm going to be kind of discussing really quickly is a really big shout out to the Lancer Sustainability Club here at Longwood. I won this silverware set at their booth the other day. They had kind of like a spin the wheel and say is it recyclable or not, and I won these really awesome like fork, knife, and spoon that are actually made out of bamboo, so they are reusable because I'm not a big fan of the plastic silverware that a lot of people buy and use once because that is bad for the environment. But aside from that, I really appreciate you watching my blog today and I hope you enjoyed all of the items that I have gone over. I'm a huge fan of all of them. They're all pretty price friendly, and if they're not, or if that's a little bit too much I believe that there are really good duplicates on Amazon and other sites out there for a few of them. I know Ultimate Straw has a couple on Amazon that are a little bit cheaper but aren't from that brand. But other than that, all of these items are really good for anyone looking to kind of go green or looking to use a little bit less plastic like I am. So it's a really good way to kind of start and begin that whole process of using less plastic and starting to go green by just these small little things that you can change. So you can start using this one thing instead of using numerous things or something only once, because single-use plastics are really bad for the environment. So if you can switch them out with something that you can reuse, that's a lot better. But thanks for watching.